Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Brothers and sisters, today we are going to address a commonly asked question, and normally the first question when a patient and their family approach us for healing. In the starting, they mention these type of words: I'm sick, no change, no permanent cure. I don't know what to do. And we consulted lots of doctors for years. We approached psychiatrists for many times, and we consulted the exorcists and occults, and I don't know, lot of treatments, lot of type of treatments we have done, and we visited spiritual healers, but no change, no permanent cure, no hope. This is the summary of the few sentences which the initial wording of the people, and we immediately reply back. Yes, that means problem of life means disorders in the life. You might not have reached the cause root of the illness, which must be some disorder in your life. If you have disorder in your health area, you will have health problems. If you have disorders in your financial area, you will have financial crisis and problems. And if you have disorders in your relationship and attitude, etc., you will have relationship problems, either with the parents or with the brothers or with the wife and husband or with the neighbors, whatever. So every problem has resulted from a disorder in the life. Every disorder has a bad reason. Yes, there must be some incident or a reason which is the reason for the disorder, and this disorder has ended up in the disease or problems. So the solution is only to find, remove, and solve the reason or the disorder in the life, so that the order is placed back in the life. So remove the finding in the disorders or the reasons and removing it. This is the only solution for the permanent cure, whether it is physical or financial or relationship or whatever it is. And again, the disorder may be in the soul. So this order, the disorder may not necessarily in the physical body. It could be in the spiritual body, in the soul, or in the mind, which in Arabic called aql. And this is maybe in the heart or the qalb, and it could be in the nafs or the soul of the self. It can be on the body or jasad. So maybe, and moreover, maybe there may be some emotional transferences or parapsychological problems involved with it. So solve it over there, and you may be healed. So this is what the first reply we talk to the people. And again, the problems or the illness is the chronic illness, etc. The illness which is developing over a period and gradually, which is not happening in the body, but is happening in the spiritual body. Spiritual body means the ruh, the soul, which is inside the man. So this soul has been spread throughout the body, and this body is activated with the soul. So there is a soul element in each of the cell, which is well explained in the modern medical science. If I remember, the consciousness of the consciousness of biology. There's a topic, if you can Google it and see that, the consciousness of biology. The biology of consciousness. Okay, the biology of consciousness. So that means the physical body is representing a spiritual body also. So see, Hippocrates, that means the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, he lived in before BC 370. Illness do not come out of blue. They are developed from small daily sin against nature. They are developed from small tiny mistakes or errors or disorder happening against our human nature. And when enough sin is accumulated, illness will suddenly appear. This is what the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, mentioned. And in prophetic narration also, something you can see that it is a connection with the soul or the heart. Beware, in the body there is a piece of flesh. If it is sound, the whole body is sound. If it is corrupt, the whole body is corrupt. And it is called the heart. This is called the heart or the qalb. Okay. So disease is appearing where? In the inside the spiritual body. And in spiritual body, of course, there are many segments behind it. And another quoting from Hippocrates, we can see, if someone wishes for good health, one must first ask oneself if he is ready to do away with the reason for this illness. See, so for every illness, there will be a reason. For every problem, there is a reason, and that will be a disorder. So only then it is possible to help him. So if he is ready to do away, avoid the reason of the illness, then only we can help him. And another quoting from Hippocrates, we can see, it's far more important to know what person the disease has than what diseases the person has. So what are all the diseases a person has? This is normally the people, doctors is asking, what are all the diseases you have? No, that's not the important question. But we have to ask, what type of person has the diseases? So what is the character and behavior and belief and spirituality of the man who has the disease? So what type of person has the diseases? That is the more important. And again, prophetic narration, there is no disease that Allah created except that He has created its cure also. That means every disease Allah has created a cure for it. Alimahu min alima, jahiluhu min jahila. There is another hadith version. Ma anzalallahu da'an illa anzalahu shifa. That means Allah created the cure for every disease. Alimahu min alima. Those who know the reason, those who know the illness and the reason of illness knows the cure. If you don't know the illness and the reason of it, you don't know the cure. So the knowing the reason is important. And again, if you look at the spiritual body, we can see that, spiritual body has different functions. This is ruh actually, this is spirit actually, the spirit inside the man. So this spirit has a central part, which is soul, and it has a expanded position throughout the body. Okay, so soul and spirit, and this is the central most. And this is consisting of the light of the soul or the light of the spirit or the ruh, which is called nur in Islam. And there's another, the next layer is aql, that means intellectual mind. The next one is memory and heart, which is qalb. And the next one is vibes and feelings and emotions, etc., which is called nafs. And the another one is a physical body, which is called jasad. And another is parents and relation and society. And this is called, the relation with them is called personality or shakhs. So this is different layers are there. When you analyze the spiritual body, when you look at the anatomy of the spiritual body, we can see this is in different layers. Basically, this layer structure has been defined by CHLC Ibn Taymiyyah. He viewed the spiritual body in a layer system. For example, nutmeg and coconut, etc. These are the examples CHLC Ibn Taymiyyah mentioned. And another scholar like this, Imam Hakim al-Tirmidhi, he died in Hijrah 300. He classified the heart, the qalb, into lub, qalb, fu'ad, and sadr, and into 4 different classifications. So in each of the segment there could be some disorders, and if you have this kind of disorders, then it will attract. Then you will have a negative energy, or instead of light, a black light will be coming from you. This is called a negative energy, and this is called this will attract the other entities like jinn and shaitan. This type of problems, the black magic, it will attract the black magic. It will attract the evil eye. It will attract the envy and etc. So spiritual body and its function is important. So when we look at then we will explain to the people, our healing has 2 parts. One is a holistic healing, another is life coaching. Yes, healing is for those who has a sickness, and we can identify it and solve it. And if somebody is corrupted, their personality and their attitude and the belief system, etc., they have corrupted it and it has a major sickness, then they have to undergo, they have to carry on and undergo with the life leadership coaching. Okay, so the diseases that affect the ruh and the qalb, the spirit and the heart, the qalb is spiritual issues. Spiritual issues, we can deal with spiritual healing and ruqyah. Ruqya means Islamically approved incantations, reciting the Quran or verses of prayer and etc. Then blowing on the people. This is called Ruqya. But Ruqya is a small part of spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is a small part of holistic healing. Holistic healing is a part of life coaching. This is how we do it. And then people will have the emotional and feeling issues, which is called the psychological issues. So for that, we are dealing with Islamic psychology, parapsychology, and modern psychology, and guidance and counseling, etc. So some problem, it will have many reaches actually. It has been developed from different areas of spiritual body and physical body even. Okay, so everywhere we have to attend it actually. Then only you will get the final cure. Otherwise, you are going to a particular doctor, going to the dermatologist, to then another going to another ortho, then another gynecology and different departments. But you have to view as a whole, as a person as a whole. Then not only the body, but his mind, his spirituality, his belief system, and his religion, everything has to be considered. This is what the holistic healing, which is defined by World Health Organization. So biological illness may be there, and in such biological cases, when somebody needs a medications or a treatment by a doctors, etc., then we refer to them actually. Then if such people will be having some handicapped personality and behavioral and character issues, then they need they need reconciliations, they need tutoring and coaching and etc. And some people might have developed a spiritual block or disabling belief or blocking their mind or blocking them from moving in a particular direction. Then it is a spiritual block. This blockage can be removed. We will identify what is the block, what thought is creating the block, and what are the incident which is created this block, and etc. Then we will go to and remove it, inshallah. Okay. So this is how we do it. And life coaching, we do it in a five section actually. One is a self-esteem, developing a healthy personality. Somebody who has a healthy personality, then he can have a healthy body. Somebody do not have a healthy body, it is difficult for him to make the healthy personality also. So personality is internally and physical body is externally. So somebody who has a healthy personality, then only he can have a healthy relationship with the people around him. So then such people will be able to use their internal potential or the inborn potential which is created within them, and in search of the all good lucks that Allah Almighty has created in the world. So when somebody is able to do all these type of things by himself, this is called self-completeness. And if you look at the anatomy again, our the Qalb, the spirit or the ruh, has two type of process. One is a processing, thinking process, and another is memory. That means storage function. So whatever we are experiencing through our external and internal sensories like hearing and eyes and ears and nose and tongue and skin and internal balancing and temperature and pressure and etc. Everything we are processing in our mind, intellectual mind, which is called aql. And whatever we are processing in the intellectual mind and aql, this is stored in the heart, in the memory, in the qalb. And there are two parts, hifz and dhikr. Hifz means subconscious mind, dhikr means unconscious mind. So everything is stored in the blue area in a pot like. And Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam called the qalb as the pot, the vessel. Okay. And from this vessel, whatever badness, bad thinking and bad attitude and bad feelings and bad religion, bad spirituality, etc., what it contains, it will be making the vibe and feelings and emotions and attitude of the people. And that will work on the body, and later on it is affecting as a physical disease. And it will affect his personality even, and his relationship will be collapsed. And then he will have a disabling attitude towards the whole universe and environment. And then in such cases, when somebody is filled with the negativity and bad feelings and attitude, etc., then devilish forces like black magic and evil and eyes and devilish possessions, etc., is attracting to him. So defining a healthy personality and keeping a healthy relationship is the first two important step against any problems. And again, if you look at the processing and the memory part of the heart, it is wonderful actually. Whatever we observe and think, it is called fahm, and it creates a knowledge and wisdom which is called hikmah, and it will lead to either it's a conviction or a doubt, yakin or shakka, and it will create a judgmental or a creative skill inside, which is called hukum. And this classification I got it from CHLC ibn Taymiyyah. These four type of classification of the processing, and every process, this four type of processing is creating a memory or creating a storage, a memory storage inside, and which will be in subconscious mind and something will be in the unconscious mind. And again, that the four is defined as lub, qalb, fuad, and sadr. Lub means spirituality or core values of a man, and qalb means belief or alif. It can be from every incident we will create a belief, and there is something which is called alif. Belief is created through a intellectual acceptance or a cognitive acceptance of a subject, but alif is accepted without an intellectual acceptance, and this we can detail later on if you want. And again, then every information stored inside will be carrying its feelings and emotions and color and picture and smell and temperature and everything. Every attributes of the information will be kept inside, which is called fuad, and outer layer of the heart, which is chest, and this is sadr. So lubb, qalb, fuad, sadr. These four type of classification. This is from CHLC ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala. So when we read together, if somebody has a sickness, he might have developed this sickness inside all these chambers, inside all these compartments, and that has led to the problems of the pathological problems. So here we are treating with the people. If we can treat with them in 1 or 2 or 3 sessions, yes, we do that, and which is called holistic healing. And if not, we will suggest them for life coaching, so that we can change their internal attitude and internal everything internally. We can change it through counseling and guidance and life coaching. So our life coaching is in 5 parts actually. One is to create a healthy personality, and second is to have a healthy physical body. Third is to healthy relationship. Fourth one is we will help them to take back their power or their internal potential and to seek and explore the horizon of free will, which is created for the people. And this is what called the life completeness. So this is a summary of our answers to the people who are coming to us, and their first question is: we are sick, we are fed up, and no hope. So inshallah, I think this information helps you. Inshallah, we'll see in another video. Assalamu alaikum.